Alright, guys, it's time. One of the most exciting events of the year, of course, from Apple is upon us. We are about 5 minutes away from WWDC 24 kicking off. And this year, as we all know, the hype, the excitement is all around iOS 18. And the reason for the excitement are two letters that have revolutionized how we know and understand technology. It's AI. iOS 18 promises to bring to us game changing new features that could potentially totally change and revolutionize the way we use our iPhones and our day-to-day tasks that we do on our favorite iPhones. So the show is about to begin. The event is about to begin in about 3 minutes from now. Until then, if you're new to the channel, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you are, because this is actually a brand new channel. So if you're new here, don't be shy. Make sure to introduce yourself, say hello, and yeah, we are about 3 minutes away from the show kicking off. We got Mr. D-Sync right here in the chat. Good to see you. Welcome. Hope you are doing well. And yeah, iOS 18, of course, the hype is there for it. Let's take a look at Twitter and see what people are saying when it comes to iOS 18, when it comes to WWDC. How excited are people online? So as you can see here, Tim Cook over here has actually tweeted out himself. Can't wait for all of you to join us at WWDC 2024 this morning. And some of the comments over here, of course, let Tim cook. Right? It's a phrase, as you probably are familiar with, let him cook. And, a lot of people are excited about Tim Cook and what he brings to the table tonight. And, of course, let Tim cook is the tagline for the night here from the fans, tweeted with the new Siri. Now, a great comment here when it comes to the new Siri, because we know that Siri is something that has been out, I believe, since the iPhone 4S, right? The 4S, people said maybe the S stood for Siri, and that is what really, made iPhone 4S stand apart and stand out from the iPhone 4. It was Siri. And iPhones, the Siri has been there on iPhones for such a long time, all the way from iPhone 4S, now on the iPhone 15 and 15 Plus Pro and all that as well. But Siri is not something everybody uses. I have been using iPhones all my life. I don't think I've ever used Siri on a day-to-day basis, or even rarely. I don't use Siri. But with iOS 18 and with the introduction of AI in iOS, it seems like Siri could be an absolute game changer, and a lot of people are obviously excited about that. We'll get to know all about that in just a bit, but before that, we've got in the chat Andrew. Good to see you, Andrew. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. It is great to see you. Welcome, Andrew. Hope you're doing well, my brother. Yeah, so with that being said, we are 1 minute away, just a minute away from WWDC 2024 kicking off. If you've got any predictions, anything you'd like to share in the chat, make sure to let us know what you think about this event. Let us know, share your excitement, share your hype, because in just about 42 seconds, the game is about to begin. And, it could change the game for good. That's right. Thank you, my brother Andrew. Thank you. It is so good to see you as well. I hope you all doing well. You are such a support, such a great friend, my brother. Thank you. Thank you for being here. As always, I really appreciate you, and you bring a smile to my face. Great to see you, brother. So we are about 15 seconds away from WWDC 2024 kicking off. I'm very excited, as you can probably tell. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be great. Let's see how big of a change does AI bring to iOS ecosystem. So we are, oh my goodness, are you wow, that's interesting. Apple is not really known to be late, but oh, there you go. Good. It kicked off. I thought there was a bit of a delay, but no, it kicked off. That's good. Good to see you. Good to see you, Miss Carr. Good to see you. Great to see you. Great to see you as well. I'm glad that you like the studio and you you like seeing me. Great to see you once again. Welcome. Wow. Look at that, guys. That's great. What an intro here to WWDC. Incredible. Of course, they started out with the Vision Pro, which is not even available across the globe yet, and it's not even selling well in America, so they kicked off that video with the Vision Pro. But nevertheless, great intro to WWDC. And we already know it's going to be all about the OS, the iOS, the macOS, the iPad OS. That's what it's going to be all about. We heard it right there. They're going to be introducing some intelligent capabilities that's going to make life easier for everybody, let it be end-to-end user or let it be a developer. We heard it right there at the beginning. Oh, we're starting out with some Apple TV originals. What a way to kick off WWDC. So, interesting. Okay, yeah, alright. That's great. So, all right, this is quite interesting. They started off the thing with the Apple TV Plus, features and giving us a glimpse of what's yet to come on Apple TV. It's interesting. Something that I probably would have not paid a lot of attention to. So, of course, it's smart of them to put it at the beginning of the conference, not in the middle, not at the end. That's interesting. Okay. Okay, wow. Vision OS. So they're starting with the stuff that we least care about, I guess. We're starting out with Vision OS. I like this a lot. So, by the way, if you're wondering what are we watching right now, so Vision OS is what Apple decided to kick off the conference with, and of course, Vision OS is the iOS that comes for the Vision Pro, the headset that Apple came out with earlier. They are now announcing Vision OS 2. That's the second or the first major update actually for the Vision OS software. It's interesting because not a lot of people own the Vision Pro because it's not available outside of America, and even if it is available in America, the demand is not there because it starts at $3,500, and there are doubts as to how capable or compatible it really is. So let's see what these updates are about. The Vision OS 2. Good to see you, Weenum. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Look, this is cool, right? I like Vision Pro. I like Vision Pro. It's great. But if I want to take a look at a photo, right, on my phone, I'll pick up my phone. I'm not gonna wear a whole headset to look at a photo. It's not something I would do. I know there are people out there who probably would. Not me. Not me. Great to see you, Weenum. And this FaceTime feature where you get the avatar of your friend while they're talking to you will never not be creepy. I mean, you cannot tell me that doesn't look like Casper or some ghost like that. It's not my thing. I love Apple though, but not my thing. This is cool. I mean, I've got to say, I've got to give Devil the due. Right here, as I just showed, right? So if you're using a MacBook, you can vary your Vision Pro and you can have a much larger display of your Mac right in front of your very eyes. I'm not sure how good it is for your eyes, but definitely something I can appreciate as somebody who uses, a couple monitors for convenience. This is definitely nice. So Gotta give credit where it's due, right? I understand. Yeah. So this is interesting because, the Apple Vision Pro users were having this problem where while they were wearing the Vision Pro, they couldn't really use it properly during a commute. Let's say if they're traveling on a train or a car or even on a bus, they had this problem where the Vision Pro would just not be able to align itself along the windows, and you would have the Vision Pro's display glitching out because it couldn't find anything static when there were windows around you. So with the with the Apple Vision Pro OS 2, Vision OS 2, they have rectified that problem, and now you will be able to use your Vision Pro while you're commuting on a train, a bus, a car. So that's good. That's sweet. That's a nice update. Hello, Anthony. Welcome. Great to see you. So they're basically telling us that you can now record great spatial videos that can only be properly viewed on the Apple Vision Pro. You can record them using your iPhone 15 or the iPhone 15 Pro. So, you must have both. It's not going to work. If you have iPhone 15, you can record your spatial videos all you want, but it's really not going to help you. If you have a Vision Pro, you're going to need an iPhone 15. So you need both, basically. Thank you, Anthony. Welcome. Cool. Basically, they're boasting about what their VR headset can do, what the Apple Vision Pro can do. That's cool. We already know much of it, right? You probably will feel like you're sitting in the middle of a safari tour, and that's what a VR headset is supposed to do, and that's what they're talking about right now. It just makes me kind of laugh because what are we doing here? We all are here for the iOS 18. We know that, right? We know that. So basically, to summarize all of it, they've got a very good slide here. What does the Vision OS bring to the table? The update to it. So you can now have SharePlay for photos. You got an AirPlay receiver. Now you can actually have the mouse supporting the Vision Pro, which is nice. You've got the news gestures added to it. Apart from that, you can also use the Vision Pro while commuting on trains, on buses. So it's gonna work along with the windows. So if you have windows around you, earlier the Vision Pro used to glitch out. Now, hopefully, that's not gonna be the case anymore. And you can also create spatial photos and videos that you can now play on the Vision Pro. So that's what is new on the Vision Pro OS 2. Let's see what's next. Let's see what's next. Oh, look who's here. Okay, we're now talking about iOS 18. This is gonna be good. We've got a revamped controls home screen. Okay. We're getting something big here, I feel. Wait. App icons and widgets? Okay. Oh. You can now do this. You can have all the space you want. That's cool. So dark mode gives you a new app icon. That's cool. That's cool. That's nice. Your app icons go dark when you go to dark mode. It makes sense. Oh, you can also tint them all the same color. So basically, all your icons become the same color. You can tint them all. That's interesting. That's cool. That's cool. Minimalistic, right? You can have all your app icons tinted to the same color. This is what it is all about. So quite Android-like, right? It really reminds you of Android. It's alright, it's cool. Control Center is also getting a new update here. So Control Center obviously has changed, as you can see here, guys. Quite rounded already, right? So, oh, this is quite like Android. Now you've got a controls gallery and stuff too. Okay. This really feels like Android, guys. This really feels like Android. Yeah, really does. It really feels like Android a little bit. Oh my gosh, the control center looks so much like Android. It's not even funny. Oh, finally, you can change the flashlight and the camera icons on the lock screen to something else. Finally, I can get rid of the flashlight and the camera buttons on the lock screen. Thank you. That's the most important part of iOS 18 so far for me. That's for certain. Okay. Secure folder? Oh my gosh. You're kidding me. They've added lock to an app. You can finally lock apps on iOS 18, guys. That's a game changer. You can lock apps on an iPhone. That's crazy. Whoa, you can even hide an app on an iPhone. You kidding me? That can't be real. No way. No way. You can hide apps on an iPhone. That's hilarious. That's cool. You're right, Venom. You're right. I like that. So the Messages apps is also receiving an update. So far, iOS 18, the biggest changes have been the control center has been sort of revamped. The home page has been revamped a little bit, where you can tint icons. If you go to dark mode, the icons turn dark. There have been a few updates here and there, but now the messaging app. Let's take a look what that is all about. You can schedule messages now. That's great. I always forget to wish people birthday. That's great. Okay. You can even bold messages. You can underline them. You can cross them out. Wow. Wait, text effects? New text effects. That's good. I like text effects. I like that. Nice and sweet improvements to the messaging app. Not anything, game changing, because it doesn't need to be. The messaging app already is pretty good on the iPhone, so it's all right. So the mail app looks a lot better, as you can tell. Yeah. Alright, so your emails are going to be sorted as per the category. So you've got transactions, promotions, primary for your friends and family and work. So they basically are going to be sorting out the mails for you, and you can read them, as per your preference. So that's what the new mail app's going to do in iOS 18. They haven't talked about anything AI so far, because they're going to keep that for the end of the event. They're not going to be talking about it while they talk about iOS 18 or iPad OS or anything like that. They will keep AI and its features for last. So Siri, AI-powered Siri, is going to be towards the end of the event, not now. We have to be patient for that. But so far, iOS 18, I haven't seen anything game-changing. The changes that I've seen in the UI, specifically, the control center and the home page, have been very Android-like, and I'm not so impressed, I've got to say. That's cool. So basically, you can pay people back for dinner or anything else. You can bring two iPhones close to each other, and just how you share contacts, you can now share money from one iPhone to the other without having to share phone numbers, which is nice. That's a new way to pay, right? That's cool. I mean, the updates that we've seen so far to iOS 18 have been sweet, and little updates to what was already a great iOS platform. The updates have not been anything major so far. Of course, the just like I said, the AI features and the Siri powered by AI, all of that is going to be announced towards the end of the event, not during the event, not while we're talking about the iOS or the latest updates to the iPad OS or Mac OS. They're going to be keeping that for the end of the event. Photos app is getting an update. Let's see what that's going to be all about. Okay, they're calling it the biggest redesign ever to the Photos app. Let's see. It better be good, because right now the Photos app I feel is a mess, is a total mess. So this is what the new Photos app looks like. So that's the photo grid is the same, right? No difference there, nothing new there in the photo grid. Now you can filter it down, okay? You can filter out screenshots so you only see the actual photos that you've captured using the phone's camera. That's nice. Okay. And below the grid, you've got stuff like recent days, you got people and pets. Okay. So you got time, people, you got memories, trips. That's nice. So the Photos app receives a sweet update here, which you don't have to scroll through your entire gallery to find the photos that really are important, or the photos that really are special, or some great videos that you shot maybe 6 months ago and you want to revisit them. You don't have to scroll through your gallery. The intelligent iOS 18 and its photo app actually sorts those photos out for you, and it has a beautiful slideshow, and it picks those photos and those videos itself to show you exactly what you'd like to see. So you don't have to scroll through thousands and thousands of pictures to get to the one that you like, which is nice. Nice update. It's always nice, to be able to easily navigate through your photos, because we take a lot of those. We take lots of photos, so it's always a good idea to be able to easily navigate through them. Now they're going to be talking about audio. So, I don't know if we're getting some HomePod updates or what, but let's see. Thank you for the great comments, everybody. Great to see you all once again. All right. Oh, really? That's cool. I like that a lot. So now you don't have to talk to Siri while you're wearing an AirPod. You don't have to talk to Siri to answer. When you, for example, if you're in an elevator, if you're in a meeting or somewhere, and you get a call, Siri will ask you while you're wearing your AirPod if you want to take the call. So if you don't want to take the call, you nod your head no, or if you want to take if you want to take the call, you just nod yes. And Siri, with the motion detection in the AirPods, will detect your motion, your head nods, and will respond appropriately, which is nice. You don't have to talk. You can just nod or shake your head. That's a nice update. So spatial audio is coming to games on iPhones and iPads. That's cool. So spatial audio is coming to iOS, it's coming to iPad OS, with the help of AirPods. So select games will have spatial audio. They just announced that Need for Speed will be the first game to support spatial audio API, and of course for the AirPods. So, with time, we probably will get more games that will support the same. So until then, just gotta wait. Oh, Apple TV. Okay. It's cool. I like that. That's cool. So they've added something new to Apple TV, which is called Insight, which is quite interesting. Because, for example, if you're watching a movie, or if you're watching me right now, let's say that I'm in a movie, and you want to know more about me at that and it's a scene of a film, and I'm only in this scene and not in the rest of the film. So while you're watching the movie with me on, you just swipe down, and there'll be a feature called Insight. You go to Insight, and it will show you the details of all the cast members who are in that particular frame and that particular scene. So if you want to find more about me, it will tell you exactly about me. It will tell you about the films that I've played in, and also if there's a song playing in the background, it will also give you an option to add that song to your Apple Music library, which is interesting, which is nice, which could be a game changer, and we could see something like that added to maybe Netflix or other platforms out there in due time. But until now, it's only for Apple TV Plus, for the Apple TV. That's that. It's an interesting feature. A lot of times, you're watching a film and you want to know, something about the actor who's in that particular frame, and you probably will not see him in the rest of the film. He's not the main cast. So you just go to Insight and you'll find out all about the actor, their name, their photo, what films have they starred in, all about their career, just by going to Insight. Great feature. Great feature. So basically, this is all that they announced for audio and home. You've got voice isolation on AirPods Pro. You got Siri interaction by gestures, right? Nodding, shaking your head. You can now share play with your HomePod. You got special audio coming to your AirPods as well. You've got, even for games, you've got new Apple TV screensavers, not something groundbreaking, but it's there if you'd like it. FaceTime live captions. You've got a lot of stuff, of course, inside on Apple TV. So that's what's new when it comes to audio and home. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Holy wow. That's very interesting. This is incredible. This is incredible. So what they've just added to Apple Watch OS is incredible. They've added something called training load, and this is where Apple stands out, right? Now they're going to be taking all the data that Apple Watch records while you're working out, such as your heartbeat, the calories you're burning, the amount of steps that you're taking, and all that stuff. It takes all of that data, and it gives you something called training load, where it's tracking all your workouts. It's telling you how hard or how easy the workouts have been, and it tells you about the training load. It tells you if you've been working out, like average, if you're working out beyond average, more than usual, or you're working out a bit too much and you should slow down, or you're working out just fine. Basically, it tells you your workouts, how they are, how they're impacting your body. It is truly, truly amazing, and something only Apple can actually, imagine. It's cool. So now they've got some metrics that actually are recorded on Apple Watch while you're sleeping, such as your heart rate, how you're breathing, uh, your temperature. It also tells you about your oxygen level every single night while you're sleeping, and it also compares it to all the other nights, so you know how your vitals are, and you know how you're feeling. It tells you, maybe things weren't as great, maybe because you're suffering from an illness, or maybe you're in a hangover mode, maybe you had drinks last night or something like that. So it basically records your vitals, compares it to the other nights, and tells you if everything's normal fully, or if there's something that should be checked. So it's nice. It's nice. Wow, that's crazy. So also they've added some very important features to the women's health as well, for women's health. So one of those things actually they're saying is pregnancy. So it records your heart rate and other vitals that are very important for pregnant women. It tells you when your heart rate increases because that is often the case, when you are pregnant. So it also records those vitals and keeps a check on those. Nice. These are some very important updates to the Apple Watch OS and the Health app. It's nice. So they've got something else also that's new here, which is tracking your baby's time of sleep. So now you can double tap, your fingers while you're wearing the watch, and if your baby falls to sleep, you just double tap your fingers, and your Apple Watch will start recording the time it's been since your baby's been sleeping. So it records your baby's sleep as well that way while you're wearing the watch and without having to wake up the child. For example, if the child sleeps in your arms. That's it. So interesting updates here to the Apple Watch. Interesting and very important updates. Very thoughtful. And you can also create wallpapers now for your Apple Watch, similar to how you can on your iPhone, using the photos that you captured, and it just creates these dynamic wallpapers, playing with the time, playing with the photos, and creating these beautiful artistic wallpapers. Now also for your Apple Watch. Interesting. Great updates to the Apple Watch. Now we're back to Craig. Let's see what Craig is cooking. All right, Craig's back. All right, we're now talking about iPad OS. Let's see. Let's see what this actually brings to the iPad, because iPads, they need help. They need help. Thank you, Mr. Desync. So iPad OS 18 brings a new control center, the new Photos app, the tinting of your icons, just like the iOS 18. It also brings it to the iPad OS 18. All right, it's cool. So now, while you're FaceTiming somebody and you want to share your screen, you can point to stuff. So for example, you can draw on your screen while you're sharing the screens. While, for example, you're giving a presentation and you want to talk about a specific app, for example, you can now sketch on your screen. So you can circle the app before you click it and interact with the app. You can now draw on the screen, which is nice. But also, if you want to give even more control to your friend while you're FaceTiming, you can actually give them access. So they can access your iPad remotely, while you're FaceTiming as a part of screen share, which is nice. And finally, by the way, guys, iPad now has a calculator app. Official calculator app by the iPhone, by the iPad, by Apple, I'm sorry. Yeah. Interesting. So the reason why Apple never rolled out the calculator app for the iPad was because they wanted to make it special. And they just didn't want to make a large version of your iPhone calculator app or the iPad. They really wanted to make the app big and special. And they couldn't find a way to. So now it seems like they have with the Apple Pencil. There we go. That's how they've brought the calculator app to the iPad. Now you can write, and as soon as you have the equal sign in front of whatever equation you've written, it gives you the answer. And no matter how complex, oh my gosh, the kids are going to have a lot of fun with this application, because it basically will solve their homework. All their homeworks, it's going to be solved just like that with the iPad and the Apple Pencil app. The kids are going to love it. The kids are having a great time right now, watching this right now, and knowing that they can actually use their iPad and an Apple Pencil to do all their homework just like that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay. Wow. It actually can solve very complex math equations too. Look at that. That is crazy. That's insane. So for example, if you change anything like the velocity of a shot, that is x, it changes the answer accordingly. Insane. That's really special. It also creates the graph for you. That's insane. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I wish I had this when I was in school. So all these mathematical capabilities come not just to calculator app, but also the Notes app. So if you go to the Notes app, you write an equation, and a complex equation, or if you have a diagram, it's gonna solve the equation for you. It's gonna solve the mathematical problem for you. Insane. The capabilities come both to the calculator app as well as the Notes app. That's crazy. That's crazy. So now basically what you can do is that you can scribble notes on your iPad. It's gonna learn what your handwriting looks like. And while you're scribbling down the notes, it's gonna take all the alphabets, all the words, all the letters that you write down. It's gonna refine your notes to make them look better, but still in your handwriting. That is insane. So while I'm in a class and I'm taking down notes, I'm just jotting notes as fast as I can in the field use of handwriting. It knows what my handwriting actually looks like. It's gonna take all those words, it's gonna take all those paragraphs, it's gonna refine them in real time in my handwriting, but it'll just make it look better and refined. And also, if you take a text, copy it from your a website, paste it on the note, it's gonna paste the text, but it's gonna paste it in my handwriting. Once again, the kids are having a great time with this conference because they know exactly how they're gonna do all their homework in their handwriting. Insane, insane. Wow, what an update here to the iPad OS. Crazy. Wow. Really, they have made iPad important with these updates. Now we're talking about macOS. Let's see what's new here. Let's see what the next macOS is going to be called. Sequoia. The macOS Sequoia. Let's see what that is all going to be all about. Okay, so the math notes come to Mac as well. So basically, you can solve all those mathematical equations even on your Mac. On the notes application, it's just not going to be in handwriting, and probably diagrams are not going to be supported since you can't draw on your Mac. All right. iPhone mirroring. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Look at that, guys. Oh, that's crazy. So now, if you're, for example, in your office and your iPhone is kept away in your bedroom, and you want to use your iPhone, but you don't want to go all the way to your bedroom to grab your phone, but you have your computer, your MacBook right here in your possession, you can use iPhone mirroring to use your iPhone on your Mac to unlock your iPhone, to use your applications, to mirror your iPhone and have its screen displayed on your Mac. That is insane. You don't have to use your phone anymore to use your phone. You just use your Mac. That's crazy. And they're also bringing iPhone notifications to Mac, so all your iPhone notifications will come to your Mac, and they're especially useful when you don't have your iPhone handy, when it's kept away on charge or something like that. I'm not going to be using that feature myself because, iPhones can have a lot of notifications from lots of apps that you don't want to see, right? Lots of spams from, all these Uber and Uber Eats and whatnot. So I like to keep those notifications on my phone itself, so I'm probably not going to be using that. But that's a sweet addition to all those people who would like to. It's nice and convenient, right? It's convenient. Yeah. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. You're right, Andrew. That's a very good, point that you raised there. Definitely, it makes what's the technology these days. It's making the tech smarter and smarter. It's making your phones, your computers, your devices, your glasses. It's making all those things smart. But all that smartness is coming at the expense of human smartness, because now people are not relying on their own mind anymore, but they're relying on the mind of these devices. And I guess that's what's called artificial intelligence, right? We are now relying on AI for a lot of things. A lot of people, a lot of professionals are using ChatGPT, for example, to draft mails, to draft essays for students, and whatnot. So, people are relying less on themselves. They're trusting themselves way less than they trust these AI tools. And this is only the beginning, right? Years ago, we used to hear from people that back in the day, people remembered phone numbers because they didn't have phone numbers, contacts saved on their phones. They didn't have their phones all the time with them, right? So they remembered phone numbers. Now, I don't think people remember their own phone number. There are a lot of people out there, I guess myself included, we don't remember our own phone numbers because it's always there with us, right? We just look it up. And I guess, Andrew, great point raised there that, we are becoming more reliant on these devices, less on our own minds, on our own geniuses. That's true. It could be, Andrew, it could be the beginning of the end. It's true. This could be the beginning of the takeover of AI, the day that AI takes over humanity. Who knows? Who knows what's next, brother? Great point, though. Great point, Andrew. Honestly, I don't know why people, hate Safari so much. A lot of people out there would never use Safari. I love Safari. I understand that there are some websites that don't work well with Safari, and the number of those websites it's very less. But there are some websites out there that don't work as great on Safari as they do on Chrome. But other than that, Safari is a great browser, so compatible, so neat, clean, fast. It's great. I love Safari myself. They're talking about gaming for Mac? Okay, this is gonna be interesting. That's crazy. Back in the day, gaming in a Mac, people used to laugh. How are they, what are you buying a Mac for? You can't even play games on it. And look at us now. This information is for the developers out there, to have to produce and develop advanced games for your Mac. They have now released Game Toolkit 2, Toolkit 2. So the vice president and executive producer of Assassin's Creed from Ubisoft, has just come on stage, and they are gonna be announcing something new and exciting for the Mac. Okay. So the next big Assassin's Creed game is coming to the Mac alongside with Prince of Persia. Okay. So they're basically promoting their upcoming new Assassin's Creed game that's called Assassin's Creed Shadows, which is going to be coming out on, of course, your PlayStations, your Xbox, the PC, as well as Mac. Great, the game looks great. So this is how the game looks like on Mac. Beautiful. Nice. Makes sense. So the new Assassin's Creed game is coming not just on the Mac, but also the iPad. So Assassin's Creed Mirage is already available to download now, but the next game that's going to come out, The Shadows, is going to be out November 2024, so later this year. Wow. Resident Evil 4 and Biohazard are also coming to the Mac, which is nice. These are great games. If you haven't played Resident Evil 2 especially, highly recommend it. Great game. Great game. Did I say it was a great game? It's a great game. Alright, so far I've got to say, the one thing that I love the most about the newest Mac update is iPhone mirroring. It's great. It's a great addition to what already existed on the Mac. You could actually mirror your iPhone, but they have taken it to a whole new capabilities now with the iPhone mirroring app. Fantastic, fantastic addition. So we can now download all these OS updates this fall. So around September, around the time that the new iPhones will be released, basically. Tim Cook's back. Yes, Andrew, it's a great game. Finally. Finally. They finally dropped the term artificial intelligence. Let's see what Tim Cook's gonna say now. Yes, Andrew, the new iPhone 16 series probably is going to come out around September, most likely, if not August, and most likely September. September 10th, 12th, something around that, yeah, I feel. Not confirmed, it's not prediction, but that's most likely what's going to be, yeah. I'm not going to be upgrading this year because I just got the iPhone 15, right? So, the 15 Pro Max, so I'm not going to be getting 16 this year. Oh, there you go. Now we're finally talking about the good stuff. Now we're finally talking about something that we're all here for. AI and iPhone 16, I guess? Let's see. Alright. It's like we're going to the metaverse. Apple and... I love it. They took AI. That's funny. Something Apple would do, right? They took AI and they threw it out the window, the artificial intelligence phrase, and they keyed it themselves. Now AI is known as Apple Intelligence. Apple is so cocky. They basically own the term AI now. That's shameless. Apple Intelligence. They took AI and gave it a whole new meaning. Let's see, brother. They're about to announce it now. So basically, they've just made it official that AI is coming to all the new updates. That's iPadOS, iOS, and macOS. That's nice. So basically, whatever you write, right? So Apple will give you, suggestions on how you should rephrase your text. For example, you're emailing somebody, so it will give you suggestions on how to rephrase your email. If you want to make it sound more friendly, aggressive, passive, or yeah. So basically, it will give you suggestions even on the text that you craft. You can create images with Apple's AI. You can create images using their AI. This is going to be a game changer. You want to wish somebody a happy birthday? You send such an image. There you go. There you go. There you go. Basically, you can create images like you could in other AI models. Now you can do it right here on your iPhone. Illustrations, animations, all of that. And you're not limited to a certain app with these images that you create on your iPhones. It's across your iPhone, your iPad, your Mac. Any app you use, you can just create images, illustration, animation, graphics, all of that is going to be created just with the click of a button across your device. Any app, it's universal. And you can tell your You can now tell your iPhone, right? For example, you can tell them, hey, play the song that my husband, my wife, my brother sent me last week or sent me the other day. It's gonna play that. You tell them, oh, anything. You can tell them, oh, call the guy who called me around 2 p.m. yesterday. It's gonna call that number no matter if it's saved in your contacts or it's not. So it's gonna be changing the way you interact with your iPhone, especially. So you wanna message somebody, message the last guy that I spoke with, or message the guy that I spoke with in the morning. Text him this, text him that, or text him something like this that says make it sound friendly. It's gonna draft a message just like that, make it sound friendly. Crazy. So what they're claiming is that unlike other AI platforms that take your data to process whatever you tell them or ask them to do, that's crazy. Look at that, guys. Look at that. So no matter which Mac you're using, as long as the Mac has a silicon chip, it has AI. No matter which iPad or iPhone you're using, as long as it has a silicon one, it has AI. So that's great. Uh-oh, so there is one bad news here for the iPhone owners. The AI on iPhone is only available after iPhone 15 Pro. So if you have an iPhone 15 Pro Max, only then you'll be able to access AI on your iPhone. Other than that, your iPhones are not going to support AI. So they're not going to have AI. You need the latest iPhone, that is the iPhone 15 Pro, iPhone 15 Pro Max, to have AI on device. Other than that, it's just not going to have it. We've got a few comments here. Creating AI images and videos will be easier now. It will be easier, but of course, Apple being Apple, you only should have the latest and the greatest from them to be able to use AI. So that's their most lucrative feature in iOS 18 and the latest updates, and they want you to buy the latest iPhone to be able to use the most lucrative and chased after, sought after feature that is AI. Andrew says, of course it does. You can have a conversation with someone about a product, then go shopping, it will show up. It's true, brother. It's true. Now, what they're claiming is that they're not sending the data to a cloud or anything. It's just processed on your on your device itself, which is why they're asking you to have the latest devices so they're strong enough, powerful enough to be able to process such data. Now, if you want to believe Apple, it's great. If you don't want to believe Apple, what can we do? But yeah, you're right. This is what they're claiming. But they say that, okay, if you want such privacy, you gotta pay a premium. You gotta go buy our brand new phone. That's it. Oh, Siri is new. Oh, Siri has been revamped. That's a new logo for Siri right there, guys. Siri is new. That's cool. Finally. Finally. Siri has been revamped finally. AI Siri. There you go. Siri is now powered by AI. That's cool. This is interesting. Siri's got a new look, they say. That's how Siri looks like now. The voice hasn't changed. The Siri voice is still the same. So now you can ask Siri follow-up questions. So it's like a conversation that you're having, like you have with ChatGPT, right? You can have follow-up conversations with Siri now. Something you couldn't do earlier. There we go. So now you can just type to talk to Siri. If you don't want to speak to Siri, you just type. So it's like a ChatGPT right in your pocket, integrated into your iPhone with Siri. Now you can type to Siri instead of talking to it. So if you want to know how to use a feature on your iPhone, your Mac, you just ask Siri. For example, you want to ask Siri, how do I write a message now to a friend and have it delivered tomorrow? Siri is going to tell you exactly what to do and how to do it. So So now you no longer have to edit your photos and stuff. You just tell Siri, okay, look up my photo in New York while I was wearing a red coat. Siri will bring up that photo of you wearing that red coat in New York. Then you tell Siri, hey, make this photo look better, make me pop out, make the background more vibrant, stuff like that. And Siri will do that for you. You don't have to go to edit. You don't have to go to filters. You don't have to spend time doing that. Siri will edit the photo for you the way you want it to be edited. Remove the background from this photo. Siri will remove the background from the photo for you. So lots of interesting things that Siri can do now. A friend sends you an address, or friend sends you a new phone number. You tell Siri without touching anything. You tell Siri, add this to his contact. Siri will add that address, email address, phone number to the friend's contact without even saying the friend's name. So these are some very interesting updates to Siri using Apple Intelligence. Yep, you're right, Andrew. Lots of them. Photoshop just got easier, brother. Just got easier. That's funny. So if you have your driver's license, for example, in your gallery or email or anywhere, just ask Siri, can you pull up my driver's license? It'll do it for you. That's kind of scary, but also, I guess, useful, right? So, for example, your friend or your parent or your relative is coming to visit you, and their flight is, they've shared the flight details with you some time back. You just ask Siri, hey, when is my friend's or my mom's or anybody's flight landing, right? Siri will look up those details from your mom, and Siri will cross-check the details and give you real-time, estimate of the flight's arrival time. So it'll not only pull up the details from your mom's contact, but it also will update it with the real time, flight arrival time, which is amazing. So Siri also is coming to all your devices, the Mac, of course, as well as the iPad, as well as your iPhone. But when it comes to iPhone, only iPhones after 15 Pro Max. You're right. As they're showing right now, right? So, for example, you wrote an email, and now you want the email to sound more professional. You want the email to sound maybe a little more concise. You want it to sound friendly. You want Apple to proofread it or rewrite it totally. Or maybe just have key points of the email listed out to you. You can do all of that without downloading any app. It's just integrated into your system. You just right click on it or double click on it, and you will have the option to write it better. Professional, friendly, concise, all of that. Wow, a lot less people are going to be using ChatGPT after this. That's for certain. That's for certain. There we go. So these tools, the writing tools, AI writing tools, can be used across your device. Any app. Any app. You don't even have to write a reply to the mails. The phone will do it for you. The phone will ask you a few questions if you want to say yes, if you want to say no. It'll ask you a few questions based on the email that you received, and based on the information that you give to the phone, it will write an email. It'll send it across to your friend. You don't have to write emails anymore if you use the latest and greatest iPhone, Mac, or iPad. This is great. Okay, so if you get a long email and you don't want to read it, you just ask your phone to summarize the email for you, and it'll do it just like that. You don't have to read those emails. That's terrible, Andrew. We go to restaurants for the experience, and of course, the servers also count as experience. Sometimes good, sometimes not so good. But if you replace those humans with robots, are you really getting that same experience anymore? But I guess that's the future that we're headed to. That's the future for us. That's right, Venom. That's right. So now they're going to talk about the images that you can create with Apple Intelligence. This is going to be interesting, and it could be a game changer for the content creators out there. So let's take a close look at this. How can you create images with Apple Intelligence? This could be a game changer, guys. We got something called Genmoji now. You can create your own emoji now. Your own emoji, guys. That's crazy. You can create your own emoji. Holy crap. Okay. This is crazy. Create your own emoji with the latest Apple Intelligence. That's nice. That's nice. Holy crap. That's great. That's crazy. Look at these emojis that I'm gonna be creating with Apple AI. Whew. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. That is hilarious. So creating images with Apple Intelligence. Let's take a look. Genius. So they're not allowing you to create a real life, or ultra real images just yet. I guess they're probably not allowing you to do it for safety reasons. Pretty sure they have the capability to, but they won't allow you to do it. So right now you can choose to make either animated, illustration, or sketches using Apple AI. You can create your friend's look-alike though. If you have a friend in your contacts, you want to create an animation that looks like your friend, you can do that. That's funny. That's funny. That's cool. I've got to say, this whole AI stuff is a game changer, but what Apple just did, right? Of course, it's not going to be cheap for anybody to get this because you must have the latest iPhone, the latest iPad, or one of the latest Macs to be able to use these features. But if you do have them, it's going to be a game changer, and it's also going to pull a lot of people away from stuff like ChatGPT. A lot of them. And it's going to bring AI to the masses because a lot of people who are not so technically sound or just don't have the time to explore these AI websites, new up and coming AI websites, but they have the iPhone, and the iPhone is the easiest thing to navigate through. Now they'll be able to create images they want. They're gonna be able to create, emojis that they want. They're gonna be able to write emails using AI. Tip of the finger. It's much easier, and Apple has just made Apple Intelligence accessible to the masses. That's for certain. A lot of people are going to be using these AI tools for the first time ever, and they're going to be able to do it just with thanks to Apple. Photo editing gets an upgrade too, guys. So editing also can be done via AI. Take a look. So the people who are there in the background of your photo, they can be removed now with cleanup. That's Apple AI for you. So all the people, the distractions in your photos, you want them gone, you can get them away with AI. Wow. So if you want to find a video, you're not able to find a video, you just ask Siri, hey, find the video of me blowing the candles on my birthday cake. And if that, is somewhere in the middle of the video, it's still going to be able to find that particular video, that particular second or timestamp in the video. It'll play it for you. So that timestamp of you blowing the candles on your birthday cake, Siri will find it for you right there. So that's the power of AI once again in iOS 18. It's crazy. Making movies with your phone has also just gotten a lot more easier with AI. It's crazy. It is crazy. So they keep emphasizing on the fact that, don't worry about the privacy part of it, because none of this is going to the cloud, none of this is leaving your phone, it all stays on your phone, it's all phone processing, device processing, it's not going outside of your device. No way! No! No! That's crazy. This is the best thing ever. Finally! Oh gosh. Finally, you can record phone calls on your iPhone, guys. That is crazy. That is crazy. You can record phone calls on your iPhone, and not just that, it also transcribes the entire call for you. So if you want it in text, you get it in text. If you want a summary of the phone call, it summarizes the phone call for you. You can record phone calls on an iPhone. This is not real life. Oh my god. You kidding me? That's crazy. So you can take a photo and you can ask Siri. Oh gosh. Okay, so Siri is working with ChatGPT officially now. So if Siri doesn't have a very good answer to what you're asking, Siri will ask ChatGPT and will give you an answer from ChatGPT, but Siri will give you that answer. So for example, you want to take a picture of your garden and you want to ask Siri, what kind of plants are going to look good in this garden? Siri will ask ChatGPT and will tell you exactly what you need to plant in your garden. That is insane. But guys, the best part about the entire thing was that you can record phone calls on your iPhone. You can record phone calls on your iPhone. Was I clear enough? You can record phone calls on your iPhone. Yes, you can. What issues is it gonna cause, Andrew? What are you thinking? Let me know. You're right, absolutely. This is all about the AI and Apple. Yep. All right, I think this kind of wraps up the entire conference. Now they're talking about the developers and stuff for the developers, but I guess for the end-to-end user, the conference is near over now. There you go. That wraps up Apple Intelligence. Very exciting, very new. I loved it. I love it. So, So it will be available only in English at the very beginning. That's Apple AI, and it's going to be available this fall for the end-to-end user. Of course, for the developers and the people who want to try it, it's going to be available in beta this summer. But for the users, it's going to be available this fall. But the most important part about it is that they have just announced that the Apple AI features are only going to be available on the iPhone 15, the iPhone 15 Pro. I'm sorry, the iPhone 15 Pro, the iPhone 15 Pro Max, and the phones that will come out in the future. When you talk about the Mac and the iPad, the good thing is that as long as your Mac and your iPad they are running on Apple Silicon chip, that is, if they have anything above the M1 chip, they are going to be able to support Apple AI. So good chances are that your Mac and your iPad, if you have bought them in, about the past 4 years or 5 years, 4 years, I would say, it's going to be able to support Apple AI. So that's the good thing about it. Well, with that being said, guys, this wraps up WWDC 2024. Great event. Lots of new and exciting features shared with us throughout the course of the event. Apple AI, of course, stole the spotlight, stole the show. I want to thank everybody for joining me here for the very first live stream that we did here on this channel. It was a lot of fun. It was really a lot of fun. So thank you once again, Andrew. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Weenam, Surjeet, everybody. Thank you, D Singh, Mr. D Singh, Mr. Kaur. Thank you, everybody, for joining me, for the love. And cannot wait for the fall. Cannot wait to try out all the new Apple, iOS, iPadOS, macOS, and watchOS updates. Thank you, everybody, once again. Much love to all of you, and I will see you soon. Thanks for being here. Take care, and have a great night and a great rest of the day. Thanks, guys. Take care. I'll see you all soon.